Good evening, everyone. Welcome to INNOVATE X, proudly organized by the Microsoft Student Club of Wellassa University. I am Dilusha, and I am thrilled to be your host for this exciting session on Introduction to AI with Azure Custom Vision. In tonight, we are going to dive into one of the most fascinating areas in tech, artificial intelligence, and more specifically, how we can use tools like Azure Custom Vision to build smart systems that can see and understand the world like we do. Now, it's time for the part we are all be looking forward to. Okay, now it's time for the part we are all be looking forward to. Please join me in welcoming our guest speaker, Mr. Nadun Diaz, a passionate engineer, inspiring leader, and someone who is creating real impact in the tech community. He's a gold he's a gold Microsoft Learn student ambassador, which means he's globally recognized for his leadership in the student tech space. He currently works as a software engineer at IFS, where he helps build smart cloud solutions used by businesses around the world. Along with that, he is also visiting lecturer at the Informatics Institute of Technology, teaching software development and database management. He is well known for making complex ideas easy to understand and fun to learn. He has conducted over 100 sessions on cloud computing, AI, and software development, guiding both students and professionals all across Sri Lanka. One of his impressive projects is Deep Forensics, a tool that detects deep fakes using AI. It was even nominated for a National ICT Award, proving how he uses tech to solve real world problems. In tonight, Mr. Dias will walk us through how AI works, what AI agents are, and how we can train models using Azure Custom Vision with real world examples to help us get started in this space. We are very lucky to have him with us. So get ready for a fun, insightful, and a practical session. So, without further delay, please give a warm welcome to Miss Nadun Diaz. Sir, the stage is yours.
All right. Thank you, Dilusha, for the warm welcome. So let me share my screen really quick. Okay. So let me share my presentation. So hope you can see my presentation, right? Can someone
Yes, sir, we
confirm?
can see you. Yes, sir. Okay,
Okay.
sir, we can see
So
you.
hi everyone and welcome. So today I'm really excited to guide you through a beginner friendly. So let me open my camera too. Yeah. Okay. So I'm really excited to guide you through a beginner friendly and hands-on session where we will actually train a machine learning model specifically for image classification by using Azure Custom Vision, and we will go step by step what is AI and how image recognition works and how you can use Microsoft tools to build and deploy your own AI model. And if you are completely new to AI, you can go through this session and get a hands-on experience. Okay, so before we dive in, so here's what you can expect from this session. So we will start by understanding the basics of AI. So in simple, relatable terms, and then we will explore the machine learning types, focusing on classification, which is the foundation for the custom vision. And then I will introduce you to Azure Custom Vision, and we will walk through the full process, labeling data, training the model, and testing it. And we will also talk about what goes under the hood, like probability scores and how you can improve the accuracy also of those models that we are training. And then finally, we will run a few real predictions using the code, and then we will try to build an app and deploy it also. So whether you are here to learn AI or just curious about AI, so you are in the right place. So let's start by answering a really fundamental question. So what is artificial intelligence or AI? So here's one of my favorite definition by Rick Barassa from Microsoft. So artificial intelligence is computers doing its things that we would normally think of as intelligent in humans. So imagine things like recognizing faces, reading handwriting, identifying diseases from images, tasks that we usually associate with human intelligence. So now, thanks to AI, we can teach computers to do those same tasks that we humans did before, and sometimes even better than us. And let's simplify this for a moment. So think of this in this way. So as humans, we take some sort of inputs. So it could be something we see, something we hear, or any senses comes from the environment we live. And then what happens is we pass them to the brain that we have, which process that input filled with all the past experiences and the learnings that we have. And then finally, based on all of that, we provide a response or a behavior. So it could be anything from ignoring the input that we have got, laughing at a joke, smiling at a dog, or taking hands away from the hot things. So basically, AI isn't all that different from us when it comes to processing information and reacting to world around us. All right, so now let's demystify this whole AI process a bit more. So it's kind of like giving a computer a puzzle to solve. So think of it in this way. So we give our computer some data to work with. So it could be a program, it could be an image, something typed by a user, so whatever it is. So then computer puts on thinking cap and uses its model to figure out what to do with that data that we have input. And finally, it comes back with an answer or a response. So just like solving a puzzle, AI takes in data, and with the past experience and understanding the patterns behind this data, it gives us something useful in return. Okay, so now let's take a closer look at how we can build a model to answer questions like whether a cell is diseased or not. So first of all, we start with a specific question in our mind, and then we get a bunch of cells to examine. So some healthy and some diseased. So we mark them accordingly with healthy ones in green color and then the diseased one in red color. So next, we put our model to work using different algorithms that can learn and pick up the patterns on those. So this helps us model to get really good at telling the differences between healthy and disease cells. And now it comes to the test. So we throw a new bunch of cells at our model and one it's never seen before. And what happens is, well, with our models that we have developed, it will provide that provide us which cells are healthy and which cells are diseased. And here's the thing: when we compare with our model and match, so there's a room of error, and for sure, and that's okay, because even though AI might not give us the perfect result every time, it's still incredibly useful because it gets things right most of the time, and that's what really counts. And we should focus on the positive side in right now. And if we go into the responsible AI in that side, we can also focus on the negative impact of that error that we are having. Okay, and now let's dive into classic questions that traditional machine learning can help us answer. So there are five types, so that I will going through. The first one is classification. So this is all about assigning categories to things. So for an example, we would use it to sort out the cells into healthy or disease, or identify dog breeds, or even categorize type of foods. So likewise, in classification, there are two main type of classification, which is my binary classification which only has two classification, and then we have multi-class classification, which has multiple classes. And then we have regression. So here we are predicting real values based on trends that we have never seen in the past. So it's like forecasting sea level rise, predicting forest fire risk, or eliminating the population growth for an year. So by using these regression models, what we can do is we can predict the stock price for tomorrow and also the Bitcoin price for tomorrow. So we can use these regression models. By using the past data, we can predict the values for the future. And then we have anomaly detection. So this is all about spotting when something out of ordinary happens. So it's super useful when it comes to catching like security threats, detecting malware, or even identifying potentially cancerous cells that could be. And then we comes to reinforcement learning. So now this is one of that gets most people excited. So it's all about teaching computers to take the right actions. So it can be computer mastering chess, navigating mazes, or solving puzzles. And then last but not least, we have clustering and recommenders. So when it comes to clustering, it means like it makes sense of like data structures. So classic example in e-commerce website, you might have seen things like customers who bought this also bought this. So likewise, you will get recommendations in YouTube also. You might have seen the recommended videos. So likewise, so you will get the recommendations online. So unlike classification, here we are figuring out groups without exactly knowing them beforehand. When it comes to classification, we knew what could be the classes that we can have. So it can be like dog breeds. We know what are the dog breeds out there. So unlike classification, we don't know what would be the classification, what are the classes that we will have. So based on the data that we have, it will learn the patterns behind the different groups. Okay. So now let's understand the practical difference between AI and machine learning. So while these terms used very interchangeably in most of the time, uh, it's important, really important to understand each term what really means. So AI is like the big umbrella term covering everything related to creating smart systems. And on the other hand, ML is specific branch of AI that revolves around training models using data. And for this workshop, we are diving into the world of AI, focusing specifically on image classification. So while we touch the both AI and machine learning, our main focus will be harnessing the AI's power to classify images. All right. So now let's dive into what we are going to explore today. Classification. So this is all about figuring out categories as category of something that belongs to. So one of the most common types of classification is image classification. So with it, we can identify all sort of things like different types of animals, birds, dogs, cats, breeds of those dogs like the German Shepherds and then the pit bulls, or even types of plants. And so likewise, we can identify different types. So as I have said before, there are two types of classification, majorly binary classification, which has only two classes. And then when it comes to multi-class classification, there are multiple classes. So now you could build your own classification model from scratch by choosing what is the base model. And then what you need to do is you need to prepare the data, and then you need to be think what would be the convolutional neural networks that you will use, and then the layers that you will be using, and then the learning rates that you will be using. So that's the point where lots of peoples and organizations are already tackling. So there's a products out there that let us train a service using pre-built models, like without creating a model from the scratch. And the cool part of that is we can use these services just like other cloud-based tools. So it's like having a shortcut to creating AI models rather than building AI models from the scratch. All right, so now let's take a look at what is Azure Custom Vision is all about. So Azure Custom Vision is a component of Azure AI services, and it's a cloud-based service designed specifically for creating custom image classification models. And when it comes to creating custom vision models, there are three main steps. So the first one is uploading and labeling the images. So first what we need to do is we need to upload the images and the label them accordingly, indicating which ones have cats, which one belongs to which specific breed, and so on. So these labels become the categories the model will recognize. And then the second step is train the model in the cloud. So next, the model is trained in the cloud using the labeled images that we have uploaded already. And this means where it learns the recognized patterns and associations between the images and then the labels that we have uploaded to the cloud. And then finally, we evaluate and refine the model, the model that we have trained. So after the training, we can evaluate the results. So if needed, we can add more images to improve the model's accuracy and refining its performance. So we will discuss about this evaluating the results and refining after we are done with training the model. All right. So now I think it's enough of talking, so we can go for a quick demo. So here I have put the link to the repo for the GitHub. So you can also scan this QR code also to get into the repo. So what you need to do is, let me open my, I will stop sharing for a moment. And okay, hope you can see my screen now. And let me bring my tab over here. Okay, so in here, what I have done is I will open my workshop repo. So what you need to do is, so in this repo, even you are not going through these steps in the demo right now, you can go through this demo later. So here we have all the steps that you need to follow from the step 0 to step 3, from installing and configuring the tools and training the model, testing the model, and then creating and deploying the app also. So first what we will do is we will install and configure that the tools that we need. So first of all, what you need to do is either you can create a code space based on this repo, or I will clone the repo at the moment. So what you need to do is you need to clone this repo. So in order to clone the repo, you can go to the repo. So you can create a fork for your own purpose. So you can copy this link, and I will open a folder. All right, so in here, I will open a new terminal in this folder, and I will clone the repo. So this repo contains all the training images and the datasets that we need to train the model. And in the meantime, what we can do is we can go to Azure portal. So if you don't have the Azure for Students subscription, what you can go is you can go to this link, Azure for Students, and claim your subscription with $100 for your account. And then what you need to do is you need to go to this Azure portal. I will open this in a new tab over here. Okay. So then what you need to do is, so this is how it will look like when you open the Azure portal for the first time. And in here, you can click on this Create Resource button. And then in here, so in here, either you can search in here or you can search in here for Custom Vision. So here you can go to Custom Vision. So these are the ones that I have already made. So what you need to do is you can create plus on Create, and it will bring you to here. And in here, what you need to do is you need to make sure that you are chose the create option as both. And then you need to select the Visual Studio subscription. So you will get the subscription when you have got the Azure for Students subscription. And then what you need to do is you need to create a new resource group. So I will put a name. So this would be my resource group, and just make it East US for the region and give it a name also. Okay, so this name should be unique. So you should put a unique name in here. And then when it comes to pricing tier, you can, so I have already created once before. So because of that, I can't use the free pricing tier. So if you are creating a one in the first time, you will see pricing tier as free F0. So you can select that one. So for here, I will be using my standard S0 because I have already created some custom vision models of the project. So here I will be choosing these and then click on this review and create button. And in here, it will run some validations to make sure that we have choose the basic configurations correctly. And then after that, we can click on create button and it will initialize the deployment for us. So until this is deploying, what we can do is we can go back to our repo that we have cloned. So it is cloned now. So we can move to the directory in here, which is the custom vision workshop. And in here, we can see we have all of those and we can open Visual Studio Code in here. Okay, so here I have my Visual Studio Code. So in here, you have the Streamlit app that we will be deploying later. And then we have the testing images and then the training images. So here we will be creating a dog breed classification images based on different sort of uh, dog breeds that we have. So in these training images, you can see we have different sort of dog breeds. So if I make this list view, so yeah, you can see we have different sort of images for each dog breed. So what we will do is, so let's see whether the application is deployed, the custom vision. Okay, so the deployment is done. So we can click on go to the resource group. And in here, you can see this. So this is the resource group. Let me go to the custom vision resource. Okay, so here we are in the workshop. So what you need to do is you need to go to the custom vision portal. So I will open this in a new tab. And in here, so here I already have a project. So what you need to do is you need to click on this new project. And then in here, you should give a name. And then you should give a description for the one. And then I will be choosing custom vision workshop. This is, so here you will see different sort of resources. So the resource is this. So here I have created this resource, which is the custom vision workshop. So you should select that resource from here. And then what is the project type? So here what we will do is we will be doing classification. And when it comes to classification type, we will be doing multi-class classification. And as of the domain, you should select general layer 2. So keep this as it is. So just select the resource and then the description and the name. And then press on create the project. So after you have created the repo, what you need to do this project, so you should click on this add images. So you can click on this add images and then let me go to my repo, and in here you have this training images folder, and in this training images folder you have different sort of images for each of the dog breed. So what you need to do is select all of these showcase images and then open them, and then you should give a tag. So I will put the tag as Shawky. So all of these images are belongs to Shawky dog breed, and then upload all of these images. So there are 13 images for that. Okay, so once it has done, you can add rest of the images also. So you can get the name from here also. You can copy this one and select all of these breed images belongs to this breed and open it, give the tag and upload it. So likewise, I will do the same steps for the other dog bits also. Okay, so now I have uploaded all the images belongs to different sort of dog breeds. So here we have 5 tags. So you can add many more if you need. So we have 5 breeds in here. So now what we will do is we will train the model. So you can just click on this train button over here and then make sure that you have selected quick training and then press on train button. And so this is the iteration 1. So you can have many iterations as you would need. So you can add more training images over here and then train the model. And so here we are at the iteration 1, and it will take some time, around like 15 minutes to train the model. So for this workshop, what I have done is I have already created the project beforehand because it takes some time. Okay, so this is the one that I have already created. So after the training, you will see something like that, something like this. So this training is done for the iteration 1, and here we are getting precision as 100%. So you can see the meaning of each of these also in here. So we are getting precision as 100%, recall as 100%. And so what we need to then do is you will see something like this. So you will see something like this publish button in here. I have already published it. So you can click on the publish button and it will prompt you something like this. And in here also, you need to select the prediction resource that you have created. So this is the prediction resource that I have created. Sorry, this one. And then give it a name, the model name. So I will make it as iteration 1, and then I will publish it. So once it's published, you can click on this prediction URL. And what you need to do is you need to copy until this point. So you should copy until this point. We should only get the domain of the URL from here. So we can copy this thing. And in the other side also, what we need to do is here we have the environment example that I have created for you. And then we have the requirements.txt. So what you should do is, so open a new terminal over here. And if we go to the workshop, in the deployment section, we have done this prediction section already, all of these things. So what you need to do is go to this deployment section over here, and you need to create a new Python environment over here, which will create a new Python environment to install our requirements. And then activate that environment. Okay, now we are inside the environment. So then install the requirements in the requirements.txt file. So it will install all the requirements that you need. So these are the 3 requirements that we need with python.env in order to access the environment variables. And this is the SDK that we are using for the custom vision. So Azure Custom Vision is providing us the SDK that we are using in here. And then we are using Streamlit, which is a very simple Python framework which we can use to deploy our AI model. I think all the requirements are installed now. And another thing that we should do is we should copy the environment example file and create a .env file. So this will create a new env file over here. And in this env file, you should put your endpoint, key, project ID, and the iteration name. So the endpoint you can get from here. So this is the endpoint only up to this point. Other than that, you should not have in the endpoint. So you can paste it in here. And then you should get the key from here. And in order to get the project ID, so you should click on this gear icon over here in the top corner. And when you go over here, you can select the project ID. So you can copy this project ID, paste it over here. And when it comes to the iteration, you can go back to the performance and tab, and in here, You can click on this one, and then here you can see we have publish it as the iteration 1. So copy this one and paste it in here. Okay, so those are the environment variables that we should get, and all the requirements are installed and we have done with the environment file. So everything should be good to start our Streamlit application. So in order to start the application, you can scroll down a little bit, and over here you can get the code to start it and press enter. So it will run the app, and in here we can see the Streamlit app is running. So it should give us the okay. So it is providing us a simple UI over here. So what I will do is, so we are now using this custom vision model that we have trained in here. If I go to the code also, so you can see we are getting all the environment variables and then the credentials by using the Azure Custom Vision SDK. And here are some codes that will be, so these are the codes that I'm used to upload the image or the image URL that you can use. And in here, you will get the prediction. So it is a really simple code that you have in here. Okay, so if I go to the UI, so what I will do is I will upload an image, and in the projects, if I go to the repo again, in here you have this testing images. So we have used these training images to train the model, and then we have these testing images, and inside these testing images I have different sort of reads also. So let me see. Okay, I will open this one, and it should give us the prediction output. Okay, so this is the prediction output that we are getting. So it is Australian Shepherd with 93% of accuracy, and there are accuracy for other breeds also. Since we have only uploaded 5 breeds, it will try to figure out what is this dog is belong to. So it is Australian Shepherd that we with the 93% of accuracy, and with this accuracy we can confirm it is as a Australian Shepherd. Okay, so moving back to the slides again. Let me share my slides really quick. Okay. So now you might have like questions about how the model is work and its probabilities. So here are some common answers that you will need. So we are in a closed universe. So remember that all models are in a closed books. So they only know what they have been taught. So even if you upload an image without a dog, the model might still try to match it to the tags it knows, or like a specific breed. So it only knows about dogs, even though if you are uploading an image of a cat, it will try to match that cat into a breed that we have taught for the model. And then we have the uncertainty. So just like us as humans, models also have uncertainties too. So the level of uncertainty varies from depending on what you are building. But aiming for an accuracy over 80% or higher is generally good indicator of a useful model. And then third, improving the accuracy of the model that we have built. So to improve the accuracy, what you can do is we can add more images, we can increase the diversity in the dataset that we have used. So in here, we have only used 5 breeds. So you can use as many of breeds as you would prefer. And that means including images with different backgrounds, lighting conditions, angles, resolutions, and so on. So the more diverse the training data, the better the model performance. So it basically means if you have quality data input to the model, you will get a better accuracy. It's all depending on the models, the input, the data that we input. So it should be really quality data that we should input to these general classification models in order to get a good accuracy from the model. So that's pretty much all about that I have to do. So I think you can go through this repo and more. You can. Here I have also put some links that you can refer in the last. So yeah, in here you can refer to this uh, object detection in custom vision. So here we have only done the classification. So what you can do is you can also go to object detection, and if you need to learn some TensorFlow fundamentals like how to build this model from the scratch, you can also refer to this learning platforms also. Okay, so that's pretty much that I have to give for you. So thank you all for being here, and thank you, Abhishek and the team for providing me this opportunity. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for that inspiring and hands-on session. You have shown us how powerful AI can be and how tools like Azure Custom Vision can help us build smart, useful solutions, even as students. Before we end, we would like to present a small token of appreciation to Mr. Nadun Diaz on behalf of the Microsoft Club of Wellassa University. And thank you once again for taking the time to be here and for sharing your knowledge, experience, and passion with us. You have truly inspired everyone here tonight. Now, to officially thank you, I would like to invite our InnoVex T Chair Chamodi to deliver the vote of thanks. Over to you, Chamodi.
Thank you, Davisara. Uh, Good evening, everyone. As we come to the end of this INNOVATE X session, it's my honor to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of the Microsoft Student Club of Wellassa University and our INNOVATE X organizing team. First of all, a heartfelt thank you to our guest speaker, Mr. Nadun Diaz, Gold Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador, currently works as a software engineer at IFS, for sharing his time and knowledge with us today. So your session gave us a clear and exciting look into the world of AI. You made complex ideas feel simple, practical, and full of possibilities. Thank you for showing us how we can start building smart solutions using power of artificial intelligence and Microsoft tools. We're truly grateful for your passion, your inspiring journey, and the way you encourage us to explore more in tech. A big thank you also goes to our amazing organizing committee and everyone who worked behind the scenes. Your dedication and teamwork make INNOVATE X possible. To everyone who will watch this session via YouTube, thank you for being part of our journey. We hope you find this session insightful and motivating. Remember, we'll be exploring more amazing tech topics in the coming up sessions, so stay connected with us. Be sure to join our WhatsApp community and subscribe to the MS Club UW YouTube channel to stay connected and updated on our future events. Let's continue, learn, explore, and innovate together. Thank you once again for being part of INNOVATE X. We hope to see you in the next session. Thank you.
Thank you, Chamodi. And with that, we come to the end of our Innovate X session. A big thank to you once again, Mr. Nadun Dias, our organizing team, and everyone who joined us today. If you have any questions about today's topic or about the tech industry, you can comment down below. We'll try to answer as many as we can. Until next time, stay curious, keep learning, and we look forward to seeing you at our next session. Have a great evening, everyone. Thank you.